Tranquil places such as...
We seem to have arrived without issue, but are we safe here?
Always sets me to thinking.
A fine place.
My studies are proceeding apace, thanks to you, sir.
I've things to do, if you don't mind.
I'll hold on to this. After all, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Now we can return to this location whenever we've a ferry stone to hand.
You're wasting your time talking to me.
Know you of the brine? Monsters they are, what haunt the deep. Shallow waters are safe, but venture somewhere as deep as you are tall, and their dreadful red claws will drag you under. Becoming a feast for the brine isn't a pretty way to go, so take care when you pass by rivers and walk the shore, eh?
Well met. Looking to make a purchase? Hope to see you again.
I will use this opportunity to gather my strength.
I heard what transpired. Thank you for fighting on my people's behalf. It's a shame that lives were lost, but I do not blame you for that. Say, would you visit me again once night has fallen? There's aught I would show you.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty. Shall we discuss tactics now or later? I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics. I fear your party will be diminished for my absence. Should you require a strong sword arm, I'll gladly heed your call. I have nothing further to add. I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful, should we encounter another speaker. Where ought we to go now?
Well met, sir. For bread and board, you'll find none better.
We must rest, though the sun is still up. Up we get. We can expect a busy night. Shall we check our packs and be off? I shall take this opportunity to observe our surroundings.
You've come. Glad I am to see you. Follow me, if you would. Tis a strange thing. I ne'er knew how vast the sky was, till I left Mal behind. Time and again you have come to my aid. Would that I could repay you in some way. Alas, there is little I have to offer. Yet, if your heart e'er aches for a place to call home, then may this village... No, not the village. If e'er you're in need of a hearth to return to, then let it be mine. Whate'er trials we may face, I shall see this village and its people safely through them all.
My apologies for the wait. We grew further apart than I'd anticipated. Do take care not to stray so far next time. Shall we visit the manor, as the maid bid? Pray, allow me to show you the way. You have our gratitude. Lead the way. We've little need for a campsite at present.
We managed to avoid the worst by some miracle. I am grateful for your aid. You must come visit us again, once she has recovered.
'Twas a near thing, but Miss Trisha is saved. Let us look in on her again in the coming days to see how she fares.
I am grateful to you. Come visit us again, once Trisha has had a chance to rest.
If you want my advice, heed no advice save your own.
So, we meet again. Need anything? Stop by again soon.
Time to be heading home.
This might be worth a read. Shall we take a closer look?
Why have you come? I have no words to spare for you.
Washes all my troubles clean away, this place.
That went as well as we might have hoped. Let us cast our eyes about and analyze the situation. The language of the elves is entirely foreign to me. Yet from their manner, I gather they are a proud people. I'm glad to see you in such fine fettle, Arisen. You're even more impressive than when I last clapped eyes on you. I'm well glad to be traveling by your side again. There is a rumor whispered among pawns that I have oft pondered. The gist of it is, when pawns travel beyond the rift, we can contract a peculiar illness that imperils the... You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing when to use curatives is my specialty. I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle. Though our paths diverge here, it surely won't be long ere they converge anew.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around. Please dispense with the formalities. They exhaust me so.
Caril, kemen rostindo me non meltol. Morvea curuir. You're no elf. Halan lome meltol. Firnis nambawe. I am called Darren. My brother taught me to speak your tongue. So different from our own. Do you understand me? I learned the words, but this is the first I use them. Others of your kind have come here, but my people warn them away. Oh, but I cannot stay. I must, see to the Arbor Heart.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
My duty is to care for this, our sacred tree. The Arbor Heart, she is called. She has been with us, a very long time. She is nature's very heart, and a pillar of strength for my people. We have always lived in harmony with nature, and the Arbor Heart is our, connection to the land. Yet, day by day, her strength is failing. I must give her nourishment of the soil to help her recover. A special kind, called Gwifentia, in my language. I know not what you would call it in yours. Once, a dwarf wandered into the arbor and gifted some to us. It filled the Arbor Heart with life. Now, little remains. Too little for the Arbor Heart to recover her strength in full. She begins to wane. Do you know of this substance? It must be found outside the arbor somewhere. If you find any, will you tell me where it lies?
You can always depend on me to translate for you, Master. Gwifentia is the Elvish word for scale cinder.
In your tongue, it is called scale cinder? Where can it be found, I wonder?
Now, scale cinder is a byproduct of the Batali smithing style. A Batali blacksmith ought be able to tell us more.
If you see him on your journey, will you let me know?
Master, idle chatter shan't do our cause any good. 'Tis the time of day when cities and towns hum with the rhythms of life.
And the wind fair no in Dilran and Yuma.
Over here, if you would.
And before I forget, the pawns in this party are women all.
And yet no two of us are the same. I trust we've all inspected our equipment. Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well.
Miss Tricia might be recovered by now. Shall we ask her grandmother for word of her condition? I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
Hoy! 'Twould seem I've you to thank for saving me as well as Gran. Who could have suspected things would happen as they did? 'Twas as though my very self was about to vanish. Gran said 'twas because the magic within me is many times greater than 'tis within other people. She's going to teach me how to control my magic so it won't happen again. I can hardly wait. Oh, that reminds me. Keep this a secret from Gran. But when my magic was all out of control, I learnt a sort of technique. I'll need to study hard if I'm to try it without exploding again.
Learning to shackle such immense power seems a monumental task for a child of her.
This might surprise you, but I've already mastered a variety of magics. And since you've been so kind to me, I'd like to teach you a special one. Are you keen?
You've been good to me. To us. I'd wager 'tis about time I showed my gratitude. I mean to teach you one of my techniques. I've every faith you'll use it wisely. Take this, with my blessing. I'll have to...
The Maister's teaching is yours, Arisen. I dare say there's no truer sign of mastery, nor better reward for your efforts. I shall strive to learn from your example, that I might reach new heights of my own.
Follow me, Master. I've plotted a new course that will see us to our destination much more swiftly.
We're unlikely to find any warm hearths down here. Proceeding ill-prepared invites an early grave. Understood. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor. We must not let it happen.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
I did my best to match your skill, Master. One might confidently call that a resounding victory. Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Right, just follow me.
Now, what might that be? We ought to take a closer look.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
Now here's a surprise. Our collection grows. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this. We seem to have arrived without issue, but are we safe here?
Time to behave.
How's life treated? Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you. Have you found any of the items we discussed, perchance? Do come again.
Would that I could spend all day here.
As you wish. I shall return directly.
Got to accept life as it's ups and downs.
This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mind.
Suppose I ought to earn my pay. Now here's a welcome sight.
I'll find myself some work today.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace, discussing a curious rumor. Regarding the Queen Regent, and an important personage, you mean? Indeed. Some suppose there is more to her relationship with this Batali dignitary than is publicly known.
Oh, you came, sir. I must confess, I feared you would not. But I forget myself. You must be wondering why I asked you here. I should like to speak with an acquaintance of yours, a child with whom I espied you conversing. She is the spitting image of my young master, you see. 'Tis my hope that she might take his place for a time, thereby granting him a reprieve from his sorry situation.
Diana, would you paint my mother a criminal? Perhaps I ought to be the one to explain.
Young master, I meant no offense.
Diana has the right of it, though the situation is not nearly so dire as she makes it sound. I seek only the freedom to leave my own home. My mother is bedridden, you see, and her mind is not so sharp as it once was. Whenever I am absent, she grows terribly distressed. By leaving a look-alike in the house, I hope to ensure her peace of mind while I attend to matters of my own. Would you be willing to lend your assistance? Splendid! Thank you so very much.
'Twas in the slums that I witnessed you speaking with the girl. Would you be so kind as to bring her here?
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
I didn't sleep a wink last night.
It ought to be said. Peace. Can't wait for you.
Humble.
One Wakestone shard is a mere rock, but combined they can work miracles. We ought to keep it with care, lest we lose it.
Can't wait for the new equipment coming.
Loyalty's just another way to save your own skin.
Hi, Arisen! I was hoping you'd come by, so I could thank you again for all your help. You really made a difference around here. Hmm? You wanted to ask me a favor this time? All right. How can I help? So, this noble boy wants me to pretend to be him? I'm not sure that'd work. I mean, I don't know the first thing about being a noble. Besides, are you sure we can trust these people? It all sounds a bit fishy to me. All right, I'll do it. But if I'm not very good at it, it's not my fault, okay?
Sets my thoughts down dark paths, this place.
Suppose that's enough for one day.
It was a paltry repast, but I'm grateful to be fed.
I must be vigilant. The townspeople depend on
I'd sooner stay out of the back where it possible.
Fly when I'm here.
Puts me in the mood for a song.
What a racket!
It's naught but fry, mate.
I'm all time, and I know how to spend.
You'll never reach your destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose I can guide us there later.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
Look, young master. She's here.
Indeed. I could be staring into a mirror. Diana, will you dress her and instruct her in her role?
As you wish, young master. This way, if you please, miss.
What a kindness you've done me. Now I can go and fetch a gift for Mother. I'm hoping a little cheer will aid her in her recovery, and a flower from Melve seems just the thing. And she was born there, you see. No doubt her days would be brighter with a memento of her old home by her bedside.
All is ready, young master. You need only finish your preparations for the journey.
Let's see. What else must I bring? Ah, I almost forgot. In that goes.
The lands around Melve are rife with poisonous flora. I'd hoped to pack an antidote for the young master, but the shops had none to spare. 'Tis not only poison the plants inflict, but drowsiness besides. Might there not be a curative that accounts for both?
You know, the roads around Melve are supposed to be really dangerous. I heard the safest way to get there is to carry something that reeks of Cyclops with you, because it'll scare all the monsters away.
It seems Master Sebastian is lacking a few supplies. Shall we gather what springs to mind?
Let 'em try and stop me.
Might you spare?
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth. Much obliged.
The solution eludes me, but I'm certain there is one. I'm in fine fettle to find.
Quite the predicament.
You would have me lead. Consider it done.
then. I ought to be off, I suppose. I must confess, I feel rather uneasy. This is my first time leaving the city. I only hope I've not forgotten anything of import. You think I ought to bring some medicine and monster repellent with me? What precisely would you suggest? My thanks. I'm certain these will come in useful. Now, I really must be going. Wish me luck.
Take care, young master.
Come back safe.
Thank you for your aid in all of this, sir. I shall see about procuring you a suitable reward, so pray do come visit us again.
Won't someone do aught about this? Always sets me to think.
Let me get that.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Lurking about. Should you espy any large monsters fallen on the road, I ask that you leave them undisturbed. Clearing the high roads of such obstructions falls under the military's purview, you see. But our hands are oft overfull with culling and escort missions, so that we must trust to nature to run its course. The bodies will decay over time, and the winds will sweep away the remains. It only takes a matter of days.
Anywhere.
Beg pardon, sir. But you are the Arisen, are you not? Captain Brant bade me ask aught of you, if you would hear it. However, 'tis a matter best kept from prying ears. Might we not move to a more discreet location?
I'd sooner stay out of that.
Firstly, pray, take this. 'Tis a regalia sword, one of the kingdom's treasures. 'Tis my duty to guard it. Yet, I have stolen it from the masquerade hall where 'twas on display. A duplicate now rests in its place, and I must beg you to keep the true artifact hidden, lest the ruse be discovered. Generations of Amundian rulers have wielded it, though not in battle, of course. 'Tis a ceremonial weapon for use in parades and the like. Yet, Deesa's disdain for tradition has seen the blade suffer. 'Tis fractured, and has lost much of its former luster. Captain Brant is of a mind to restore it, so that it might serve as a symbol of your authority, Sir Arisen. Indeed, when the time comes for you to announce your ascension, having this sword at your hip would doubtless elevate your standing in the eyes of the people. And I must confess, having watched over the blade for many a year, I've grown rather fond of it. I should be well glad to see it restored to its former splendor by your hand. My hopes for our kingdom and its treasure go with you, Sir Arisen. I bid you good fortune.
Oh, good. You return. I find myself on edge when you stray from my line of sight.
Quite the predicament.
Wares of every ilk. First impressions count for much. If you like, I can recommend you a new hairstyle or manner of face paint. Ooh, very nice indeed. Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk.
Wish me to return? At once, Master.
Have we purchased all that we require? We ought to review the contents of our packs, just to be sure.
Must we do battle amidst this dreadful downpour?
Focus. The skies aren't like to clear just because you grumble.
That was thrilling. I did not know I could feel so alive. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
do say so myself.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack. The enemy retreats. Ought we to pursue and eliminate the stragglers? Bear in mind that the brute will seek out women with unwavering persistence. Such single-mindedness makes our enemy predictable, but not necessarily easier to counter. Caught the ogre's attention, Master. Try to keep it occupied. I can't squander this opportunity.
Plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few. In relation to that, ours is a party of women, by and large. And yet no two of us are the same.
Wait here. I'll rush the enemy to give you an opening.
Charging in with reckless abandon is more likely to end in more injury than that of our foes.
True. Green wearish doesn't come cheap.
This is generally used as a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose in due time.
bother. Just getting warmed up.
You might cast the spell more quickly.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings? I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around. I enjoy tackling fierce foes and whatever else might be said of me, know that I say.
Master, idle chatter shan't do our cause any good.
Just the same old town, same old faces. Would that all my days.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow. Twas a chimera I was tasked with battling. A ferocious and terrible beast. I'm in no hurry to face one again. Good morrow, everyone. Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Look, as long as you think this year's yield looks to be plentiful. It's on me to bear what young friars come.
I'm no cook, am I?
I've more time than I know my name.
Home at last!
Welcome home, young master.
Thank you, Diana. I am glad to be back. 'Twas a hard journey, but I found what I sought. A Blue Sunbright, the sigil of our house. I only hope Mother will be pleased.
Oh, a Blue Sunbright. I thought they were make-believe.
Oh no, they're quite real. Rather rare, though, and particularly to Melv. I'm surprised you've heard of them, to be frank.
Really? Well, there's a picture of one stuck to the inner cover of a book that was donated to the Gracious Hand. I asked Sir Kendrick about it. He told me the flower's name.
A picture, you say? How very odd.
I believe Miss Daphne is describing a bookplate. The book in question will have been a donation from this very house. Indeed, the mistress has been very generous in her support of the Gracious Hand over the years.
For true? Oh, I must tell her thank you.
I think I could arrange that. I'm certain my mistress would be delighted.
Yes. Well, as for me, I'm just pleased to be home safe and sound.
All this racket! What's going on? Good gracious, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, you must be the lady who's been supporting the Gracious Hand. Thank you ever so much for all you've done for us.
What precisely have you told this girl?
Not a word, mistress. I swear it.
Good. As for you, girl, you need not thank me. 'Tis the privilege of the nobility to help those who are less fortunate. Now, 'tis getting late. You had best be off. Do be sure to leave the house unseen. And fare you well, child. Know that where'er life may lead you, you may take pride in who you are. Come, Diana. I would speak with you alone. You have some explaining to do.
What was that all about? Mother seemed awfully perturbed.
I do wonder what that was all about, though I'm not sure we ought to pry. I scarce know what to make of this outcome.
Quite the predicament.
Time to find me a hole.
My back. The room's at your left.
Mayhap I ought to extend
Welcome to the Star Drop-In. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? How extraordinary. Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares Welcome to the Star Drop-In. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start? Always a pleasure. Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares
Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
Well met, sir.
I'm dead on my feet. Much to do yet.
There'll be a few heavy purses about today.
Take opportunities as they come, I say. The room's at your left.
As a reward for your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited to attend the coronation. 'Twould seem congratulations are in order. You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that your Majesty return once you've procured such attire.
I'll have nightmares if I let myself worry overmuch.
Well met, sir. You ready to give the signal?
No sense dwelling on what others think.
Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated... to the foremost hospitality in... all Vernworth. Much obliged.
I fear I've no wisdom to offer. Always sets me to thinking.
Well met, sir.
Gotta take opportunities as they come, I say.
I call it dull.
Welcome, and well met.
A lonely place. Not without its charms.
Well met, sir.
I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet
Nothing's
life.
harder than living in honest.
Just a short rest, then I'll be off. Look as long as you please.
Even I know when to shut my trap.
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
Peruse at your leisure.
Reckon I could best any of these lumps in a
One
scrape.
last push, and I'll be done for the day.
Welcome, and well met.
I've little enough gold to spend as tis.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so afore we depart. Very well. The coronation is to take place on the morrow. We shall depart early in the morn, so your Majesty would do well to get a good night's rest.
Master! Pray leave this place. My body, it refuses to obey me. There is a voice within my mind. It commands me, sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, your Majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own power as arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true arisen. 'Twould do much to explain the events that we have beheld afore now. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this godsway's power, proving your Majesty's legitimacy shall be difficult indeed. Allow me to speak to the agent we captured some days past. Perchance he knows aught of use.
Never could I have imagined such an outcome. What manner of artifact is this God's Way? I suppose 'tis pointless to ponder. Let us await the results of Captain Brant's investigation.